Want some help?
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm vengeance.
I have given a name to my pain.
The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Welcome to episode number 106 of The Social Hour, BatmanOnFilm.com podcast. I am the founder of Batman on Film, Bill Ramey, and with me is senior BOF contributor Ryan Lauer. Ryan, how you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well, Bill. I was telling you that I've come down from my emotional roller coaster of viewing Titanic on the big screen last night. So got all my emotions out from that. And here we are.
Excellent.
It's a new day.
New day. Day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
So that was your
Yeah.
Valentine's extravaganza?
it was. I had work and then I went and they did a re-release over the weekend. And yeah, I don't know. I like that movie. That's a good movie. And my
Okay.
lady, she loves that movie. So we said, let's go for it. Batman wasn't playing in theaters. Otherwise, obviously,
Sure.
it'd have
Nothing
been a
says
whole different
Valentine's Day like a Batman movie, right? Nothing.
Yeah. It's just Batman 89, perfect now. He falls for Vicky Vale. I mean, that's
Yeah.
everybody's dream on Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. So, I mean,
Sure.
makes sense. But for some reason, they weren't playing it.
Yeah,
So that's all
that's
I got over
somebody.
it.
Somebody dropped the ball on that,
Yeah.
right?
This year, I said, you know what? This one's for you. Next year, different story.
Did
We're watching some
you-
Batman next year.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
You bet I did. It
Did
was
you
an entertaining
enjoy
Super
it?
Bowl. Mhm.
Yeah, it was a good game.
The game itself, like, yeah, I thought that the game itself was fun. It was, and when I don't have a stake in it, then I'm just like, score all the points, just keep me interested. I think last
Okay.
year's Super Bowl was the Rams and the Bengals. I thought that one was kind of boring. It was the year before that was like the Bucks and the Chiefs. That one was kind of boring. So yeah, I was just gonna like, give me at least an entertaining game to watch.
Yeah,
And I got that. I thought.
I was entertained. It was a good game, and for 3 some odd hours,
Mhm.
I was pulling for the old Dallas Texans of the AFL to be victorious over the team from Philadelphia, and that happened. So I was happy.
Oh, for 3 hours. Okay, never mind. For some reason, I thought for 3 quarters, you rooted for the Eagles for a quarter.
Three
Okay, never mind.
three
Gotcha
plus
now.
hours, which is the length of an NFL game, essentially. Yes, Kansas City Chiefs were at one time the Dallas Texans for 2 years before they moved to Kansas City and became the Chiefs.
See, somebody listens to the social hour. It's a little history lesson.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm always teaching,
Always teaching.
and
We're
I'm
always
always learning
students.
too. I'm always learning. All right.
Yeah, but
Did
the
you-
right team won, according for you.
Oh, yes.
You know,
Even
college football season, every Saturday definitely is. First thing, did my Michigan Wolverines
Yeah.
did they win? Second question, did those damn Buckeyes lose?
Okay, let me ask
Kind
you
of feel
this.
like for you, same thing for NFL season. Did the
If-
Cowboys
if-
win? Did the Eagles lose?
if Ohio State was playing
Mhm.
in the championship game against Alabama, that's a reasonable matchup. right?
Sure.
Are you pulling for Ohio State because they're
No.
they're a Big Ten team, and you got to pull
No.
for the conference?
Nope.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Okay,
No.
I had people
No.
going,
That's not my.
I'm going to pull for. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm going to pull for the Philadelphia Eagles because they're NFC and NFC East. And I'm like,
No.
what the hell? What the hell's wrong with
No.
you?
When they're
What the hell's going
your
on
enemy,
here?
you want them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just crash and burn.
Apparently, that was Mr. Freeze who said that.
Yeah.
But
He was in
yeah.
Texas. That's crazy.
yeah, looking for
That's
diamonds.
that's why when Michigan lost to your state team, TCU,
Mm-hmm.
on New Year's Eve, it kind of hurt. But then to see how Ohio State had a chance to go to the national championship just a few hours later and totally missed a kick helped it a little bit.
So you didn't go. Michigan lost, so now I'm rooting for Ohio State because they're in the conference.
Now they can go to hell.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
They can go
exactly.
to hell.
And you know what?
care.
And I would not expect fans of that Philadelphia team to ever root for the Dallas Cowboys. In fact,
Yeah,
I would be appalled if they did.
Now, you know what's funny though too? You remove Ohio State against Alabama in that situation. You go Michigan State, IU, Purdue, Northwestern, Nebraska. I'd be like, let's go Big Ten. But Ohio State, nah, F them.
Yeah,
the whole lot of them.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud.
Thank you.
Yes,
because I'm staying true to my team.
Yes, absolutely.
That's team spirit.
Did you? Are you one who likes to watch the halftime show during the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The point, I don't know. I don't like being I've experienced enough of that, of seeing commentator, just like a cynical commentator about everything with stuff. But it's where it is. It's like, if I didn't want to watch the halftime show, then I'm like, okay, well then I turn the channel for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, I don't know. I'm always interested. Yeah, let's see what you got. I don't ever think that any of them are usually anything special. This one was also like, okay, well, let's just see. And it was like, it's fine. But you also have the main person, she's pregnant. So it's like, well, you shouldn't expect someone that's pregnant to be pulling out all the stops and jumping from ceiling to ceiling like Batman at the end of the Batman, you know?
Yeah.
That'd have been something. A reenactment of that scene is the halftime show.
Is there a halftime show that stands out? You go, that was pretty classic. I got one.
J-Lo and Shakira a couple years ago, for a variety of reasons, was pretty good. But then I thought Bruno Mars a few years ago, I forget which Super Bowl it was, because I think he's just like a talented guy. I'm not necessarily like, his music isn't necessarily my thing, but you can recognize as somebody who's very talented. He's running all over the place, playing, like he's dancing and singing, not lip syncing, and then even playing guitar, hopping drums, going over to piano and shit like that. And I'm like, well, that's freaking impressive. More than just someone standing there lip syncing. I don't remember the Prince one, but I feel like I watched the Prince one.
That's
people still refer to that one.
That one was that's at the top for me. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That was one that was when I went, yeah, hell yeah, you know,
yeah,
hell yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's like, it doesn't need to be more than just like a musician just playing their stuff. Sometimes that's all I'm really asking for. So like when Tom Petty was on, and you know, when he was there and playing, it's like, this is just a rock concert where he's playing music and he sounds like the music of his that we like. That's all cool. That's all I need. I don't need him to go up in the rafters and doing backflips, although that'd have been impressive.
Prince was great. Tom Petty was very good. Do you know if Tom Petty's a huge Elvis fan? He was. Yeah, huge. It's all connected.
It's all...
Lady Gaga was great. She
Yeah,
was
I thought
great.
she was really good.
And she's
Which I think
playing
we all
Harley
probably
Quinn
expected.
apparently in Joker 2. It's all connected.
It's all connected.
It's all
It's all
connected.
connected
All
to
right.
the Super Bowl. Oh my God. That's a big set piece in the Batman
Guess
Part
what
2.
else? Guess what else is connected to the Super Bowl?
Get out of here.
There-
Don't
there-
you go there, Bill. No way.
It's more proof how it's all connected. There was a movie trailer shown during the Super Bowl presentation that had Batman in it.
So we knew this, and this happened with
Mhm.
the Batman last year of Spot going to be playing during the Super Bowl. The Batman last year was before the game, so it was while there was
Mhm.
coverage, but it was before the game even started, and it
Mhm.
did the watch trailer online now, which is the way that they're going with this, which I don't think that's a bad idea at all. So I wondered if that's what they were going to do for this movie, and then it was like 6:00, 5:30. No, it was 6:00, I think. And I just looked online quick to see if anything with the Flash, and I think like a minute or two, the Flash Twitter had just posted it,
Mhm.
and I'm like, is this the substitute of this is the spot, or did I just miss it? They played it again before the game even started. Maybe a little missed opportunity there, and watched the trailer and everything, and then I don't know how long it was into the game, and then that minute spot played. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
That's cool. And it was a little different. Not too much, but a little different.
Yeah.
Which I also appreciate.
Yeah. I was kind of waiting because I didn't know exactly when. And then boom, I got an email from Warner Brothers saying, here you go.
That.
Press release. And there it was. And we're going to get to that trailer for The Flash here in just a moment. But this is going to be a podcast focused on The Flash, but really Batman, because Michael Keaton
It's Batman on film.
is Michael Keaton is Batman in this film. He's essentially the co-lead. He was up front and center in the trailer, right? And so it starts on Friday, essentially. Warner Brothers released God, is this probably the first poster for the film? I know he's seen a logo, but yeah. It's called the Worlds Collide poster.
I don't know, was it Thursday or Wednesday? They like the Flash Twitter, whatever, like the logo. I thought the Flash lightning bolt. I think they changed it there. Which we knew, like, oh, is this what they're doing leading up to that? And then we got the poster, which had that logo on the poster.
Yeah.
Too. So that was like, oh, okay. Here we go. Strap in.
So it's pretty simple. I think people, that's just my observation. Tell me if I'm wrong.
All right. I can't tell you that you're wrong.
People,
if it's an opinion.
Is it just people like to complain and bitch about stuff a lot?
We're in a very, this is my observation, Bill. We're in a space, in a time, and have been for a little while, that it is the greatest thing or it is the worst thing. There's no in between.
Okay.
And that's not me trying to be smarmy, anything. It's like that you go, and I do enjoy Twitter. There's a lot of good things with Twitter. There's also a cesspool in Twitter. And that's just observation of, if you don't think this is the greatest thing, then to hell with you. Or if you if you don't think this is the worst thing, then to hell with you. There is no in between.
Okay.
It's really weird to me. Because most movies are middle of the road.
I thought that poster was cool. It's the Flash in the Batcave, and you see a little bit of the Batwing. Worlds collide.
Unless it's that Batwing lamp that you and I possess. Maybe that's over there. I don't know. It's on his desk.
It's right here. I'm pointing to it. It's to my left. As I was saying that, I was looking at my lamp, my Batwing lamp from Batman 89.
Cool
and
lamp.
yeah, I mean, that's I thought it was fine. It was subtle. I mean, when you see that, what that is, right? It's the Batman.
Batman
That's the
leans
Batcave
large in this movie. he looms large. That's kind of how I interpreted it. Not trying to make
Yeah.
it deep or anything like that, but it's like it's the Flash, but you got a hint that like Batman's going to be a big part of this movie. Flash is front. He's in the center of that poster.
Mhm.
So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, there's the Flash, and also like Batman's a big part of this. So yeah,
Yeah.
it works. I think it works great. I totally applaud the non-stacked character, general, like overdone style trailer. It's at least a little different.
Yeah.
Or not trailer,
I'm not a
poster. I mean,
I'm not a fan of the posters that the MCU puts out.
mm-mm. And I know
You know
there
what I'm
kind of
talking
was
about.
one version. Yeah, and there kind of was one version like that for the Batman too. And I honestly didn't like that one all that much, which is Bruce at the bottom center, and then it was stacking of Penguin and Catwoman,
Yeah.
Riddler, and Batman like that too. I'm like, I'm so done over those kind of. I don't need every single piece of the movie. It's like something different and artistic. And I
Yeah.
thought this was different and original. And does it kind of shows you what the movie is? It's Batman and Flash, or yeah, Batman and Flash.
Then Monday, they released 3 character posters, Worlds Collide character posters. One for Michael Keaton's Batman. And then, of course, there's Supergirl and one of the Flashes. The Flash, I guess the real Flash,
Mm-hmm.
Ezra Miller and Sasha Kai as Supergirl. I thought those were really cool.
I did too. I was really uh, like just wondering why they had hers like side turn and that they didn't throw that logo out front.
Yeah.
The other two were straight on. You're seeing that bat symbol, you're seeing the Flash symbol, but you don't see the Supergirl.
I didn't think
symbol.
about
She's turned
that.
away.
Okay. It's a good point.
And I was like, huh, I wonder why they're doing that. Still cool. Sure.
Yeah. That's a good
But
point.
if you're trying to get those symbols
yeah.
out there. But yeah, I thought
Yeah.
Keaton with a little bit of a smirk. And I mean, actually, excuse me, so far, and I mean, we'll get into this with the trailer too, but with that character poster too, I like that look on the Flash. I like how it's lit up. I like drawing your eye to the symbol on that character poster. So yeah, I think those are cool. 4 for 4 on posters.
I have already had a poster made of the Keaton one. I want to put in my office.
Anybody listening here is probably not surprised. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see behind you, but the thing is, which one are you gonna take down behind you to put this one up, Bill?
That is already a conundrum I'm facing.
Been stressing out.
Yes, because you've been in my office. I mean, I've got starting with the Batman Columbia serial poster from chapter 1 of that movie serial. Just about every Batman poster, 11 by 17 cross, and you can see me, but no one else can, all the way down to the Batman. And I don't have I got to figure out. I'm gonna have to take it around the other. It's going to come all the way, circle all the way around. I'll figure it out. It's Batman, damn it.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to tell announcer Rachel we've got to add on to the house. Got to expand the office.
Yeah.
The Keaton corner. Just start a Keaton corner.
I kind of have one. I have an area. Yeah. Okay. So then there's the trailer that came. How many times you watched it so far?
I think it'd be fair to say 6 or 7.
Okay. Would it be also fair to say you watched the Batman trailer more when it first came out than the Flash? Or are they on equal viewings?
No. The Batman got me more. And there's no anything negative attached with any of that at all, but it's just, the Batman trailer. It was about 7 times in the first hour, probably.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop watching that. This one's great, though.
So what we're going to do, because it's good, it always makes for good radio. We're going to watch the trailer.
All right.
And react as it plays, and then we'll discuss once it follows.
Okay.
So go ahead and bring that up if you want. You ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit play.
So this was teased in Flashpoint, that line read by Keaton. You can go
Yeah.
anywhere, another timeline, another universe. And I just think like that's a great hook, and especially cut here.
Mm-hmm.
I just think like that's how you can get somebody in. Like, I don't know. I think this is a great start to the trailer. It's really good music. I like the yellow instead of the blue for like the Flash.
Yeah.
That's Keaton's hand for sure
Yeah.
on the old photo.
Yes. We're going to have two berries.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne Manor. The Ring.
I like the Ring is really cool.
Yeah, Ben Affleck's
And I do like
Batman, Bruce Wayne.
I do like Affleck's line there of you could destroy everything.
Yeah. Zod.
Like right here, this is Flashpoint Superman.
Yeah.
Of showing that.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, here you go, Bill. Oh my God.
That little piano of the
Mm-hmm.
Elfman theme. And Batman.
That's not Christian Bale on the Bat Pod, FYI, people.
No.
That's a really cool sliding, hitting the feet and going the Batwing with that line down. Look at that table. It's where Bruce passed the salt to Vicky.
Yeah.
I think that's a great trailer. Full stop. Like, there's nothing in that I didn't see him just be like, what? I think that's a great trailer.
I am always one who watches a trailer and try to take it for what it is. It's just, tease the movie. And then, I can say, well, did it show too much? But I mean, but to me, that's nitpicky. I usually don't have a problem with trailers. Of course, I didn't like the Shazam 2 trailer. I thought was awful, but this
didn't?
one,
oh, I must have missed that.
Yeah, this one was really good, really good, and not just because Keaton is in it as Batman. I thought the trailer was really well done.
Yeah,
there is I know a lot about the film, probably more than I wish I knew, to be honest, at this point. But someone who doesn't know, general audience. This is who this is for, really, right?
Yeah.
That's this plenty of stuff in here for them to go, what, huh? To pique their interest. There's Ben Affleck's Batman. There's Keaton,
I just don't know how. So what I can go with is my lady, who's a fan of the Flash TV series.
Yeah.
And she said before too, of like, she doesn't like if people say that she only likes some of this stuff because I do. And she said, no, me, Ryan, introduced her to some of this stuff, but she became a fan on her own. I stopped watching The Flash long ago. She still watches it and she likes it. And she watched that trailer. And of course, Flashpoint was part of the TV series. So she recognizes that from the beginning. She also said after watching the trailer of like, because of the TV series, like I'm more open, I can understand the multiverse thing and understand Flash can go to different universe, stuff like that. And I'm like, that's a appreciated then for, even though I don't watch the TV show anymore, but like those, we've talked about this before, audiences are much different in size. But to me, I'm talking to somebody personal. I don't have to explain that kind of stuff when we go see this movie. She understands already.
Yeah.
So I'm glad with that. And I think just on a human level too, of that opening line of like, I just, oh man, I think that's a great line. It totally makes sense too. Why would you come to this universe? Like, because this is the one that my mom lives. It's like, well, that makes sense. Also,
Yeah,
all of us know
great
that's
point.
Jeff Johns' Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Like all of that, just Jeff Johns' Flashpoint, which is great. I think a great story.
That's a great point, because it's telling the general audience what the deal is. Because
right at the beginning,
say if we're in New York City, we're on assignment for Batman on film, right?
Yes.
We go around with a recorder and a microphone, and we just stop people in the street and say, what superpower does the Flash have? What would most people say?
Super speed.
He runs super fast. Right? Super speed.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't.
They'd probably word it like you just said it, not how I said it. He
What's
runs
that?
really fast. He runs super fast.
Well,
like,
I'm trying to channel my inner general audience. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, he runs at a high velocity, Bill. You know, he breaks the timeline.
Most people aren't aware that the Flash, one of his more modern powers, because of the super speed, is he can go back in time. He can go to different realities, which I think is cool. I'm always, I know I'm not a big fan of superheroes. I'm a fan of superheroes. With Batman, I like Batman by himself. Okay, let me be clear. I like superheroes, I like superhero movies. I grew up reading comic books. Okay, don't take my superhero card away from me. So, but I remember when the Flash, that's what he did. He ran super fast. That was basically it. And then more modern, he runs super fast. But then there's the Speed Force, and he can go in and out of different realities back in time. I think that's cool. I'm a fan of like, time travel stories and stuff, alternate reality type stuff. I think that's just, I like that. So having this element in the Flash, I think is cool. I think it was like really like, you couldn't make a Flash movie and all he did is just run fast. You got, and I get that. That's why they probably added that on to him as he evolved and through comic books and what he could do. And I think Flashpoint is a great story overall. I really like the Flashpoint Batman story. So, I'm all in on this. I'm all in because even with Batman with Supergirl and Keaton's Batman with Supergirl and then the Flash, I'm still all in because Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman.
And in watching that trailer the first time too, I wasn't like, okay, where is he? Where is he? Where is he either? It's like I was into it before Keaton arrived even, because I just thought like, if that's the tone that they're kind of going with too, is like, I really like that music going up until we get Batman 2, of like the mood of it. I don't know, it's good. It has a good hooks from the beginning, too. And then, like you said, I'm really curious if in the movie, of course they'll do it in the trailer, but the piano of that 89 theme, just a couple keys, was great. And then they really hit it as he was doing the action scene. I wonder if they're going to play that theme in the movie.
The great thing about that theme is, besides it's just everything. It's a classic. It's a classic, right? 100%. Is that it's immediately associated with Keaton's Batman. And that Batman only. So for that reason, I know people have said, it should be like James Bond, just and it had been in all the Batman movies. I like the fact that we've had different themes for different Batman.
Sure.
Like I love the score of the Batman, and I can hear that boom, 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 and it takes me to Robert Pattinson's Batman. And when I hear that, there's those little notes from Elfman in the '89 theme. It's Keaton. That's Keaton's Batman, and I love how they just did the piano. People are going to recognize that as Keaton's Batman. Were you at a watch a Super Bowl party when you saw this, or were you around a group of people, or were you?
No.
Okay.
Went to the in-laws, which is just two of them and their two kids.
Okay, because I asked that
big, but
yeah, did you view it with anyone who had no clue whatsoever about Keaton
no,
coming
I
back
think
or
when
anything?
that part came on, everybody was even out of the room.
Okay.
And I just didn't want to be interrupted, so I didn't get in here or anything. I just walked up closer to the
Yeah.
TV, just watched.
I asked because I'd like to see the reactions by people who, there are people, and probably most people out there had no clue Michael Keaton was coming back as Batman.
I got a text right away from a relative older than me that had no idea, and it seemed like surprise
Yeah.
and excitement. And I was like, cool, we'll take those temps over the next couple months and just kind of, people who watch some of the stuff but aren't following it anywhere like we are, just like, how do you feel about that? What you thinking?
Yeah.
Because I think I even asked you if, from what you've heard from some of your people, if they're pleased with the reaction so far to that trailer, and I think you said yeah.
Yeah. I think
And
they're
that's
very
good.
happy with it.
Because I know that if they're happy with it, then and if they're much closer to the whole situation, then it means that they're not just they've only talked to like two family relatives. It's like, no, they've done more picking the brains of a lot of different groups or something, and reactions are good. So that's really cool. That's good to hear.
Does it, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Sure.
Do you have any concern that Keaton's Batman, there will be a CGI Keaton Batman doing some of the Batman things we see in the film?
There's a shot in this. So after the big, like the pounding 89 theme, and he's fighting. This is right after the piano keys, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm Batman." And then it's like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah," and he's doing the action scene, whatever. I don't know if it's in the trailer here or in the actual Super Bowl spot, that the 50-second one, where it's like he does almost like a stand up kind of this. There is like one thing that's like a weird. I thought that seemed almost a little bit, and I know at some point there's gonna be, but I'll definitely just like be over it. And it's like, I don't know. I already know when it was announced of like, okay, if he's really going to be in the suit, he's going to look very different than he did in 89 and 92. And I know he's like a 70-year-old guy. So how much action is he really going to be doing? I've just kind of accepted it.
And
just accepted it.
The thing about Batman 89 and Batman Returns is that a lot of the stunts and stuff are all practical. It may not be Keaton in the suit to play a stuntman in a lot of cases, but practical stuff. You're making a movie about the Flash. Yeah, you're gonna have CGI. It doesn't bother me. I didn't. You look at some CGI and go, this is all green screen. It looks fake. Looks like a video game. There was nothing here really that I went, okay, that's bad. It was a little jarring, but in a good way, to see his Batman move the way that he did in some of the quick shots. Because it never saw that with him in a film. Yeah. So kind of looking forward to it. Not a negative. Not something not a criticism for me at all.
Sure. I don't think I have anything that of note and seeing that was like a roll in my eyes or like or anything like that either. It really did seem like everything that I saw looked good. The vibe felt good. And I mean, the ending, at least two different portions of it. You've got Batman in the Batwing in the daytime. Bill, that's like the anti BOF way. Didn't bother me.
Yeah.
It's a trailer. I know it's only a portion. I don't even know the context, but I don't know. It's like, okay, it just didn't bother me. We'll see. Like, we'll see how all that part plays out.
I know this is gonna, you're not supposed to say good things about this dude, but I thought Ezra Miller was really, really good in this, from what I've seen just from the trailer.
Yeah, if this movie blows up and people love this Barry Allen Flash, you can't convince me that the audience loves this Barry Allen Flash based on Justice League or Zack Snyder's Justice. You can't convince me that people know Ezra Miller plays the Flash. I'm sorry, you can't. But if this movie blows up, I don't envy the talks about continuing on as Barry Allen Flash after, because this was, I think we've long heard Ezra's done after this movie. But things change. I just keep saying,
I hope this isn't, I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble, but I'm going to say this anyway. I'm kind of pulling for Ezra Miller to get it together, and
we should, unless somebody's a despicable human being,
and get over whatever his issues were, and I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I never was one of these that was like, oh, just to hell with that son of a bitch. Just let's fire him now.
Trash the movie, recast.
Yeah, reshoot the whole thing. Have a new, all that. Now I'm pulling for the guy. I hope this film's successful for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
One of which I hope that it makes Warner Brothers and DC Studios have to think about their Elseworlds banner, because at some point I would like to see more of Keaton's Batman, which was originally planned, right? At one point, I would like to see, a Keaton Batman Beyond, or a version of the Dark Knight Returns, kind of, sort of, with him. And I think with the Elseworlds banner, that allows for that type of stuff. My concern is it's a placeholder until Joker 2 is come and gone, and Matt Reeves is finished with the Batman stuff.
Go to Batman on Film. You wrote an op-ed about that.
I did.
Check it out, people.
I did.
Check it out. Read it.
I don't like to have to explain points of my op-ed, but I will just, if you haven't read it yet and you do read it, it's not necessarily about just me saying I want Keaton to return. There's an underlying take in there.
He's a great example, a good topical example for the point you're making. Yeah.
Because I was like, HBO, say a big time famous TV showrunner guy, pitches, hey, I want to do Kingdom Come or The New Frontier as a eight-part prestige series on HBO Max, but I don't want it to connect with anything that you're doing with your connected universe, Elseworlds. Come on, you got that banner, you have it for a reason, use it. So anyway, that's an op-ed on Batman on Film, and it's also a topic for a whole nother show,
another day
episode of the Social Hour for sure. So overall, I big thumbs up on the trailer. I liked it. Both Both announcer Rachel even liked it.
All right.
And she's one is like, I don't like superheroes, and I like, although she does like Wonder Woman, but just like I like Batman stuff, like more grounded, whatever.
Yeah.
So both my boys
I have
like it.
questions.
Yeah. Sure.
Two topics that you love to talk about.
Okay.
Batfleck, blue and gray batsuit. I
Thought it
got
was
some questions
awful.
for you.
Okay.
Okay. Answered it. There you go.
Okay. Ask again. Ask it so I can.
I'm really, well, I guess like we just got, so quick because I think if some people are going into this movie thinking that it's going to be a lot of Batfleck and then a lot of Keaton, I think change your expectations.
Yeah.
I think the couple shots of Affleck in the suit, I think are from, like, my guess is from the same action piece, which who knows how long or brief that is. And I think that's it. They were quick though, but you see him on the bike, and then you see one where, he's off the bike, and you do get a quick like side as he's stretching in the suit to where you're kind of seeing the full thing really quick. Your impressions, which I think you just said it, your impressions of seeing, I guess, the suit itself and then the blue gray.
Just don't think the blue gray looks good. But if it was a darker blue, I would be more open to it. But then there were some things on the suit itself that just looked
so
bad.
Yeah.
Some like webbing and type look with, I don't know, clasps. It just didn't look all that great to me.
So I'll go with that part first. The full suit spread, I don't know what the hell that stuff is that's like on it that I didn't think looked good. It was quick. Like, I'll admit that, but also like, hey, there's other quick stuff in this trailer that we're all judging. So here's another element. I don't know what all that excess stuff is, and I don't care about whatever it could be, because it's like, I just don't think it looks, that crap looks good.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me. It's like a webbing something is what it looks like. I'm not saying that there's a web, but I'm just like, ugh. The blue and gray, how are you going to get different from all black? Go blue and gray. Sure. Makes sense. We haven't been fully put to the test of, outside of Batman and Robin, of like blue on the suit. Aside from, Adam West. Totally different tones, both of those though, compared to the really successful West was successful. You get the point I'm trying to say though.
Yes.
We're getting something different here of a blue and gray. I'm just like really curious if people just like in this sector that we're in, of like, how badly does everybody want blue and gray? Because I don't think it's as much as what
you're right,
our sector thinks it is. I think that there are people that are screaming it very loudly. I just don't know that it's like, we need blue and gray. Been waiting for blue and gray. I just don't know if there is that much of a call for it.
Drop in the ocean. There's no one in the general audience. There's no one in the general audience going, you know what I really want out of a Batman film? I want Batman in blue and gray. No one says that.
I don't know.
How long has it been since 89? Batman 89 has been out now, what, 34 years?
Yeah, 34 this year.
And from that point up through the Batman, the suits have been black and gray, all black.
Yeah.
You had, Clooney's had a shade of the dark blue, and the lighting kind of gave it a bluish tint, but still dark. I mean, look, even Adam West, the blue is dark navy, He's not in a black. He's not in black.
in the day. And I mean, the tone of it all too is different.
Yes.
And so that's what, and I'm not saying like I'm totally against or anything. It just not looking for it and still stumbling across. So people are like, finally, we got blue and gray. It's about damn time. And stuff as if there's like anger behind it and that we've all been gypped all these years because Batman doesn't have live action blue and gray. And I'm like, I don't know how many people are really begging for that.
I don't get.
I don't know.
And I don't. You explain to me. Maybe you were wiser than me. I don't get the desire for Batman in a blue suit. I just don't. I mean, yes, I know Batman's fictional, okay? But why would he go? I really want to scare criminals. They're superstitious in Calvary Lot. I'll become a bat. So I'm gonna use Columbia blue as my main color scheme.
It's the scariest
or royal blue,
like version of bats. I don't know if you knew that or not.
The blue bats.
The scariest ones are blue. Yeah, they come flying at you.
Those ones in Africa. There's some in Africa and then also in South America, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I stand corrected.
There you go. You stand corrected. So I'm not like saying like I'm against that coloring. It's just it's a little. I'm really curious on what is the honest desire of it needs to be blue and gray, and I don't think it's as big as some of these people screaming for it to be. Maybe it's bigger than I think, but I don't think that it's as big as they think it is. That being said, the shot on the bike, it doesn't bother me at all that it was blue and gray. I was like, okay, and that's where I am of this Brave and the Bold suit. If they go blue and gray, hey, that's drastically different than black and gray in the Batman. You want to differentiate? Sure. Coloring of the suits is one of them. The little bits of this one that I saw blue and gray, the coloring didn't bother me. It was the excess stuff on it that did.
Yeah.
That stood out to me as more like, ugh, what is that?
I'm with you. I think the blue was a little bit too light for my liking. I mean, make it a little tad darker. If you're going to do that shade, but I always go back. Why would he wear blue? And also, he really didn't wear blue in the comics. I've talked about this many times. It's just like Superman's hair. Superman doesn't have blue hair.
Next thing that they'll say is like, he needs to wear purple gloves. We've been gypped all these years.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah. So,
but I mean, that's my downer-ish portion of the discussion is with that. And I guess if there is one quote unquote negative to me, it is seeing the full of that Affleck suit, because that is just like, I did like, and we'll see more. I don't think we'll see Keaton wear any of them, but in the Super Bowl spot, we do see the awesome shot of all the suits. And I do think, it was Jay Yaws brought it to my attention, like he did some breakdowns of what each one is or something. And some of them I do think are the play of those early 90s variation Batman figures, like an underwater Batman or a scuba Batman or something like that.
Yeah.
But one of those does have the cowl that it's blue, but it's like that, like cool, because I don't think he's putting that on at any point in the movie. It's just there.
I liked it. I've said, people asked before, what would you like to see in the Batcave? And I went, well, I kind of like when the suits on display, and different versions, and that's just the Batman nerd in me. That I think it's kind of cool. I don't have to have.
That's how you can nod to history without.
It's
really getting too cheeky or winky or anything like that. You can just have it in the background for us to spot and be like, oh my God, that's cool. Oh yeah, that was from the 70s. That's the 80s. I'm with you.
So I was going to bring that up about the suits. Yeah, I thought it was just a cool little something cool. That was just it.
Yeah.
No issue with that. I didn't even have the issue with the it was kind of like the 89 suit, but blue, had the 89 logo on it.
It's like, all right.
One of them looked like it was kind of a more armored, looking suit, which, hey, I'm a nerd for like the Kingdom Come suit. I'd love to see a version of it in a live action film. Even in Batman Beyond, the animated series. Do you remember that time Bruce put on an armored suit and came out as Batman briefly to help? I think it was one with
Fuzzy.
Ink. Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
was that the villain's name in that from that?
Ink. Yeah.
Ink. Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, I thought that was cool. I am glad to see. I liked Affleck. I liked the little shot we saw of him as Bruce Wayne talking to Barry that you mentioned earlier. I know, God, this has been almost a year ago, but he did that article saying this was his last hurrah, and he found his quote unquote cool way to segue out of the role, and he was really happy about it. And I hope that when the film ends, you go, well, that was a satisfying conclusion to this Batman on films era.
I agree, because he didn't need to do it. He's like, Ben Affleck is not in such dire times that he needed a paycheck or something like that. It just seems like it's completely up to him. He had a choice and he chose to do it. So that's cool. So you just feel like, okay, then it must be. Hopefully it is.
One thing that would pique my interest for the Brave and the Bold movie is if Ben Affleck directed it.
Yeah.
I've said that before.
Yeah, because
and
a lot
I'm
of people
a fan
hadn't
of him
seen
as a director. Yeah.
A lot of people hadn't seen that his trailer for his next movie, Air.
Yeah.
Until that Super Bowl spot.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, we all were in the living room. And the other adults that I was with said that they would like to see that. And that looked good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this trailer came out a few weeks ago, the full trailer. And I was all for it then. So directed by Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
and he's going to do a DC. He's going to do a DC film. He's going to direct
something.
God, I'd like to be Brave and the Bold. Just he
don't
may
win
be
me over,
man. Who knows?
Don't check out yet, Bill. They might reel you right back in.
Yes, exactly. All right. I think that'll do it for this show. But yeah, like I said, thumbs up. I nerded out. I felt like I was 23 again, 22, whenever it was, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
No, whatever it takes.
When I went and saw Batman for the first time back in 1989.
Going to Walden Books afterward, reading some comics.
Yeah, reading Comic Scene and Starlog and reading comics off the rack. Because
there you go.
That was one thing Batman 89 did. It unchained me from my hidden Batman fandom, because it made Batman mainstream and cool. It was cool to be a Batman fan. You didn't have that. If you weren't rocking a Batman logo T-shirt in 1989, you were lame as hell.
If you weren't wearing a Batman T-shirt, you were a nerd.
Yeah, if you weren't, yeah. All right. Would you if you have anything you want to plug today?
Yeah. Two things. They both dropped on Valentine's Day because my love for Batman. New episode of my podcast, the Batman Book Club, covering Mad Love, which I know you could maybe think is a Harley Quinn origin story, but Batman is a huge part of that story. Check that out. Bill posted it on Batman on Film, wherever you get your podcasts. Look for that. And then also on Batman on Film, did a review for the finale to Batman Beyond the White Knight by Sean Murphy, in which I put it in there in the review. It's not everything about what's next is a complete surprise, because he told us on, I think it was the BOF podcast 202. Sean, way back in August, Sean Murphy told us what was coming up next, but made it official. And the series is just really good. So check that out on Batman on Film.
The White Knight stuff is some of the best Batman stuff, Batman stories in comics in the last decade.
This is like the third chapter of that story, if you will, maybe even four, and it's still like good. This whole all 8 issues of this Beyond, and there were 2, what do you even call them? Like not spinoffs entirely, but kind of those 2 Red Hood issues that were in the halfway point, and it's like, and yet it was still good throughout. So, yeah, damn good storytelling, and yeah, excited for where it's going next too. So if you guys are waiting on that for some reason, wait no more. Go read them.
It's under the Black Label banner at DC. Right?
Huh. I think I know where you're going with this.
Which is kind of taking the place of Elseworlds. So what that banner does is allow for stuff like the White Knight universe.
I can
the
see
Imposter.
the clickbait now. Breaking. DC relabeling Elseworlds to Black Label movies. You heard it on Batman on Film.
So if, DC Comics has Black Label that allows creatives to do stuff that's not in continuity and kind of do what they want. And then you have the Elseworlds banner for DC Films that should serve the same purpose, right? Doesn't it kind of make sense, right? It all connects. It's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that again. Kind of banging that drum on Batman on Film
It's
about
all
that
connected?
Elseworlds banner.
Okay.
I want to keep that Elseworlds banner going for DC.
You need to buy a big drum and just have announcer Rachel record you for like 5 seconds, just like banging the shit out of that drum.
She's
and then just
just bang the drum, don't say anything, and then drop it, right? And walk away.
And then just drop it. Yep. Just turn into a GIF.
Let me write
Spread
that
it
down.
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. It's on my agenda. All right. Just go to Batman on Film, Batman-on Film, Batman-on-film.com. I should know that. The site is 25 years
There
old.
you go.
For
Holy
Pete's
moly.
sake. No pun intended, Pete Vera.
Peter Bear.
Yeah. Everything is there. That show, Batman Podcast Network, Ryan's show, Pete Vera's show, other shows are all part of that. It's hosted by Batman on Film. Just go find the logo or find podcast menu and you'll find the Batman Podcast Network. Check out those shows. If you want to advertise on Batman on Film, advertisecast.com/Batman on Film. And then also you can help support Batman on Film on Patreon. Patreon.com/Batman on Film. I think that's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, I like the Flash trailer. Like seeing Keaton back a lot.
Yep.
Dude looks good. He looks good in the bat suit for 70, 71, huh?
Yeah. We all knew you would too.
Yeah. Because he's
And
Batman.
no doubts. Because he's Batman.
Announcer Rachel will take us out. I say it
There
clearly.
you go.
And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jett's official vlog and podcast on Batman on Film. Follow Jett on Twitter @Batman on Film. Follow the BOF newsfeed on Twitter @TheBatmanOnFilm. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original, Batman on Film, established in 1998.